Namaste dosto, Jai Shri Ram. So in this video I'll be talking about the residential status of a person. Residential status is very much required because we need to compute total income of an individual to calculate tax liability. So other topics I'll be covering. If you're not understanding why tax is required or what is tax, then I'll cover in different videos. In these videos I'll be talking only about residential status. So income tax, there is an act called Income Tax Act, in which there is a rule or there are conditions given which determine the residential status of a person. So I have made note and I write blogs also. So I am referring my blog to explain the topic. Residential status of a person is based on number of days or period of stay in India. So if a person has gone out for employment out of India or for a visit, either for employment or for visit, or he has settled there, then how to determine the residential status of any person? So income tax has given criteria. Okay, so person in tax language, in language of tax, person is also defined, which includes individual, HUF. But in this video I'll be talking about how to determine residential status of an individual. Okay, so income tax has given these two criteria for determining the residential status of a person. Not person, individual. Okay, so an individual is said to be a resident in any previous year. Previous year means the year in which we have earned the income. In common language you can understand, but if you want to explain me in technical term, then I'll do it later. But for understanding for understanding the criteria, I'm just saying that the year in which you are earning income is the previous year, and for that year we assess the tax in next year. Like for financial year 2023-24, and financial year starts from April. If it is an existing business, for new business it's different. So for financial year 23-24, the assessment year will be 24-25, and we need to pay the tax. Okay, so we need to pay. If there is a liability, then only you have to pay. So for determining the residential status, these two criteria are given in Income Tax Act, and you need to satisfy any one of the below conditions. Okay, so what is the first condition? So if an individual stays in India during relevant previous year for a period of 182 days or more. Okay, so let's suppose that a person has gone, means he keeps on going out of India. Okay, so for him, he has given his income details and all to a chartered accountant to file his return. So how will he determine, and how will he take that what all income to be included and what are to be excluded? So first he will find out whether he was resident, and resident means doesn't mean that for tax perception we are talking about this residential status. So if we are talking about previous year 23-24 and we are assessing the tax for the same year, then for 23-24 he has to be in India for 182 days or more, then he will be resident. Okay, we don't need to see or look at condition number 2, because one condition is satisfied, it means he is resident. For example, I was working and now, like now I am not working, and but if I have to pay my tax, uh, I have never gone out of India, so I have to pay my tax, then I don't need to worry, because for all the 365 days or whatever the days in a year is there, I was in India only, so I don't need to find out the residential status. Okay, now see, but if that person in previous year he stayed for 182 days or less than 182 days. Okay, no, I mean not 182 days, he has stayed in India for less than 182 days, then we need to check condition number 2. Condition number 2 says that in previous year he has to stay for 60 days and 365 days in so if he has been in India for 365 days or more during 4 years immediately preceding the previous year. Okay, relevant previous year is 23-24, and prior to that, in means in all previous years, if he has stayed for 365 days or more, then he would be resident. See, in condition number 2 there are two sub conditions. First, he has to be in previous year for 60 days, and means the second condition also, sub condition need to be fulfilled. So second condition is that during previous years immediately preceding the relevant previous year he has stayed for 365 days or more, so he would be resident as per condition number 2. Okay, now friends, hope you understood the concept of criteria at how to determine residential status. Let me quickly revise the topic. So what is residential status? Residential status of an individual is determined based on conditions given in Income Tax Act. So there are two conditions. The individual has to be in India for at least 182 days or more in relevant previous year. For example, if we are determining the residential status of Ram for previous year 23-24, then he has to be in India in 23-24 for 182 days or more. If he was not there in India for those many number of days, then he has to be in India for 60 days and 365 days or more during 4 years immediately preceding the previous year. Thank you friends, hope you understood the concept. If you didn't understand, if there is any query, do comment in comment box. Thank you.